Hey everyone, my name is Tom Kraus. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take a look at VCV Rack. So what is VCV Rack? Well, VCV Rack is pretty much a virtual platform for Eurorack. Eurorack is basically a collection of modules that you can use to make music and sound. I mean, if you look it up on YouTube, you'll find lots of really cool Eurotrack tracks out there. I've been playing keyboard for a while and I've always been interested in synths, but this time I decided that I will just take a look at modular systems and how could I get into them. And I discovered it's quite expensive. Modulars are crazy money. You need a lot of money to go modular, but I decided that I couldn't afford it right now, but I came across this VCV Rack tool, which allows me to create my own modular environment for free because it's an open source tool. Link of the tool below in the description. And today we're just going to take a look at just getting it set up, some basic sounds, and see where we go from there. There's a lot of modules in VCV Rack. A lot of them are, I don't know what a lot of them are. But so I've kind of narrowed it down a bit that we just use what they call the foundation modules. And then within the foundation modules, I just got a list of favorites. And we can go through these, and I think this is enough to get us going and get some sounds, beats down. Okay, so first one we're interested in is called the audio module. The audio module is pretty much how we interface between the VCV software and our computer. So our computer has a sound card. VCV needs to know what that sound card is so it can send the sound to it. And you just click on the device, select your sound interface, which is Pulse Audio for me. Then you got to do it again and load the NVIDIA digital stereo card. So that's the card I have in my monitor. And my monitor has a HDMI cable connected to it, and yeah, so I can listen to the sound through that. For you, it will be different. It's whatever you're doing. Maybe a bit of trial and error before you can find out. Next one we need to take a look at is called the VCA. This is the voltage controlled amplifier. The voltage controlled amplifier is pretty much what feeds our audio. You can have many voltage controlled amplifiers depending on how much music or how much sound you have coming out. In our case, we will just have the one, and it's quite easy. You just copy or you just drag a cable from the out of the amplifier to the in of the audio tool. So the amplifier amplifies the wave signal that comes in, and when we amplify the wave signal when it's audio, then it just makes it louder, pretty much. Okay, so let's drag a cable, but you might have noticed the minute I click and drag, it creates a new cable. And as you can see, each cable is a different color. So I like to keep the same colored cables for audio. So if you right click and then select new cable, click the red one, then you just drag it over. But you can also do it again and you can copy it over here. So you can have multiple interfaces connected to the out port of the VCA. Okay, so no sound yet. And what makes for sound in our VCA? Well, we need a oscillator, a voltage control oscillator. This is the heart of any Eurorack. You need the oscillator to make a sound, and that sound then is modulated or modified to make your music. What we're doing here is we're just showing you how to make a sound and what those sounds are. We're not going to make music today, trust me, that's going to take a long time. Okay, so let's take a look at the VCO. VCO has a number of settings that we're interested in today. In particular, the frequency button, you can change it, and the types of sounds that are coming out. The sounds come out in a form of a wave, and each wave has a very distinct sound. So we've got a sine wave, a triangular wave, we've got a sawtooth wave, and a square wave. And VCV has a nice scope that we can actually use to see what the sine wave looks like. So you can see here, it's very difficult to see, so let's use the time to slow it down, and let's use a bit more, and let's use trigger to get what it looks like. So you can see our sine wave, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. I think it goes up into and then it's there's a lot of mathematic formulas involved with scopes, which I'm not going to get into, and you can go and figure that out yourself. Yeah, that's not what this is about. You just want to see the shape of the wave, and as you can see, it goes up, curves nicely, goes down, curves nicely, goes up, down, and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, so we also have 3 other types of waves, and what are they? We can hit Control, Shift, and D to copy our scope 4 times. So let's see if we can take a look at our different wave types. So let's go down through this. So you can see here we have our triangular wave type, which is kind of triangular. It's got this up and down and 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 up and down. And then you can see, oh, the sawtooth one looks wrong to me. Sorry, that's just this is not the triangular one, this is the sawtooth one. As you can see, the sawtooth one falls off sharply here at the end. And then let me just fix this, because this is not what I wanted at all. This is wrong. Okay. And you can change the color to red. So as you can see now, we've got the triangular wave. So if you look closely at the triangular wave, it's different than the sine wave. So the sine wave curls slowly up, down, curls slowly. Well, the sine wave is a different shape, and the tops and bottoms, the peaks and troughs, are quite sharp in their turning. Well, it's a little bit more delicate here. And you can kind of hear this in the sound when we get to that section. In regards to the saw wave, much harsher sound. It goes up quite aggressively, but then it goes straight back down, up, straight back down. Another very aggressive sound. And then we have the square wave, which doesn't look very square to me. But apparently these jitters are due to the algorithms used in order to make this wave. I'll leave a description below, a link to a Wikipedia page that explains this in much more detail, but this is quite common with oscillators. Okay, so that's what they all look like. So what do they sound like? So again, let's take another cable and drag it over. So drag it over to our in. And we can see this is what a sound wave sounds like. So a sine wave is generated between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. For the VCO. This is roughly the range of what our human ears can hear. I'm unfortunately a little bit older, and my ears do not hear that full range. For example, if we go into the VCO itself, let's just turn this down a bit and hover, you can see the frequency range there, and we can modify the frequency by just spinning the lever. Sounds like 1950s sci-fi movie. X-1, countdown to blast off. Anyway, you can see the range here. It goes from, let's go all the way down to the bottom. It goes from 11 hertz, which most humans can't hear. Humans start to hear around 20 hertz. So maybe you can hear that. I sure as hell can't. Nope, can't hear it. Now, started for me around 60. You can hear around 60. But anyway, you can quickly go back by double-clicking the knob. It brings it back to its original position. A couple of things to notice here is this note is tuned C note. So if you're on your piano and you want this note, you would hit the middle C and you would get that. It's tuned to middle C on the piano. You can change the frequency by typing in the number if you know what it is, and 261.63 is C. If you want to drop down an octave, you just divide it by 2, and then that would be the C note as well, but at a lower octave. And you can do it again. You can divide by 2 again and get to a lower octave. But that's kind of a little bit confusing. But so you can actually just type in C, which will bring you back to the original note. You can type D, it'll bring you to a D note. You can type D6, it'll bring you to the D6 note. And you can type C4, which will bring you back to the middle. So middle C is C4. Okay, we've got a noise. This noise is not music. Each of the different waves makes a different sound slightly. Sine wave, triangular wave, bit of an edge to it. Saw wave, oh, I don't like that one. It's really hard to listen to. Hard to believe that music will come from that eventually. And this is the square wave. It's got an edge to it. Maybe not as bad as the saw wave, but you wouldn't listen to that for long. So guys, I hope you got something out of this. My name is Tom Kras. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you all in the next video where we'll talk about how to do a little bit more than make a horrible noise. Okay, bye-bye.